Hey, anime fans. Welcome back to Anime Stark. Today, we dive into an alternate Naruto universe and the Forgotten Legacy, Naruto, the blind prince who challenged his destiny, Part 1. What if Naruto was abandoned? Let's explore this intriguing what-if scenario together. Narrator. Darkness? That's what the young Naruto has always seen, a child who has always seen everything as black. He didn't know why everyone hated him, even his parents, at least according to the orphanage caregivers. He always heard the same word, crippled demon. Right now, he was in an alley, being beaten by drunken villagers. Villager 1, just die, shouted at the blind child before kicking him in the side again. Despite all those blows, the child didn't move, cry, or scream in pain. He just seemed like a lifeless body. Villager 2, let's go, I don't feel him breathing anymore. He must be dead. Villager 3, then let's celebrate. The three villagers left, laughing as if nothing had happened. But even an hour after the beating, the child didn't move, making him appear truly dead. That's when a hooded man hurriedly approached the child, starting by checking if he was alive. After confirming it, he began to examine his wounds until the boy moved, freezing the man in place. Naruto, excuse me, who are you? The child asked without any emotion in his voice, which saddened the man in many ways. Ren, my name is Ren Uzumaki, little one. He replied with a calm and affectionate voice, confusing the young boy. Naruto, nice to meet you. My name is Naruto. He introduced himself as he struggled to stand. Ren, you shouldn't move, you're very injured. Naruto, thank you for your concern, Ren-san, but I always heal myself. Now I just need to find a place to sleep without anyone finding me. Thank you for caring about a cripple like me, but I have to go. He spoke before losing consciousness again, being held by the newly discovered Uzumaki. Ren, I can't allow a member of my family to live like this. I'll take you with me to a much better life. He whispered as he carefully picked up the child and disappeared from the alley without a trace of his presence. In the ruins of Uzu, Naruto woke up and slowly got up, trying to sense his surroundings. Naruto, it's clear I'm not in Konoha. Did that man named Ren kidnap me? He wondered before feeling the soft bed he was on and, for a moment, let his guard down as he settled in. It's been a long time since I slept on such a soft bed. In fact, I think this is the first time I've done it. It seems like he's treated all my wounds. I guess I owe someone my thanks. Ren, I'm glad you're awake, Naruto-san. Naruto, where are we? Ren, in Uzu, the home of those who proudly bear the Uzumaki name, like you. Naruto, me? But I'm just a crippled orphan. I don't have a last name. Ren, don't say that, Naruto-san. You're an Uzumaki on your mother's side. Naruto, do you know who my mother is? Ren, Kushina Uzumaki Namikaze. Naruto, that's impossible, she's the wife of the Yondaime Hokage. She has her own happy family. Someone like her wouldn't abandon her own child. I may not be able to see, but I can feel people, their attitudes, or even their intentions. Kushina-sama is not a bad person. Ren, that's your decision, after all, you're the one who was abandoned, not me. Naruto, why am I here? Ren, I've already told you, you're a member of my clan, and this is your home. Naruto, do you have any proof? Ren, your red hair, your sensory ability, and your resilience. Naruto, red? No one has ever told me what color my hair is, even if I don't know what red looks like. Ren, you can't see anything? Naruto slightly opened his eyes, revealing opaque blue eyes, a sign of his blindness. The child turned his gaze in the direction of the voice, exchanging looks with Ren. Naruto, I've been blind for as long as I can remember. In return, I have very good hearing, touch, even smell and taste, more developed than others. I can tell if someone is lying by listening to their heartbeat. Ha, the truth is, I'm quite above average, even if everyone tells me otherwise. Ren, I'm sure of that, there's no weak Uzumaki. Naruto, I'm glad to hear that, but I have to go back to Konoha, I have a friend waiting for me. Ren, who? Naruto, a fox, he and I are friends. I call him Karo. I don't really know what he looks like, but he always waits for me at home. Ren, I can send someone to get him along with all your things. Naruto, will you let me stay here? Ren, of course, you're part of my family after all. Naruto, thank you. My home is. Ren, don't worry, we'll find it without any problems. Just rest, Naruto-san. Naruto, you can drop the honorifics, I'm not particularly fond of them. Ren, same here. Now sleep, you need time to recover. Naruto, thanks, Ren. Narrator. Ren quietly left the room and headed to a large room in the biggest building in the village. There, all the surviving members of the Uzumaki clan were waiting, engrossed in a discussion about the future of Kushina Uzumaki and her child. Elder, Ren, how is the little one? Ren, he's fine, resting. I need someone to go to the Leaf Village for his things and for a fox named Karo. Elderly woman, a fox? Ren, his pet. Elder, oh, a very fitting pet for our prince. Ren, do you think it's appropriate to tell him now? Elder, of course not. When he gains more confidence, we'll tell him. It seems those tree-climbing traders from Konoha have traumatized the boy out of simple ignorance. He needs to know he has his family here, and we won't abandon him. Ren, I agree, but it won't be easy. The boy doesn't trust at all, although he's good at pretending. Uzumaki 1, that's normal in a hostile environment like Konoha, you have to adapt in any way possible, including learning how to act. Elder, let's not deviate from the topic. What will happen to the traitorous Uzumaki and her son? Ren, Kushina must be expelled, but her son's crime should not be inherited from the mother. He will remain in the clan, but if he proves unworthy, he will be expelled. All the clan members agreed with the current leader and concluded the meeting. Narrator. Naruto stared into nothingness, focused on perceiving his surroundings. Several weeks had passed since he arrived on the island. Everyone was very kind to him. Whenever he stumbled or got lost, there was always someone to help him. This behavior only made the boy suspicious due to his past experiences of abuse, loneliness, and continuous betrayals. He sensed an adult approaching along with some animal that he recognized immediately. Naruto, Karo, the child called out with pure childlike joy, something rare for him. The fox slipped out of the adult's arms to rush towards his owner, resulting in a heartwarming hug between friends. Ren, I'm glad I didn't pick the wrong fox, although there aren't many in Konoha. Naruto, to me, foxes are the most beautiful and smartest animals in the world. Ren, how do you know they're beautiful? Naruto didn't answer, creating an awkward silence. Naruto, I'm a Jinchuriki, there's a 9-tailed fox inside me. Ren, I thought you didn't know. Naruto, I didn't, but the day you picked me up, I entered my subconscious, and there, I could see. It felt amazing, but I met Kyubi-san, and then I understood why my village hated me or why Kushina Namikaze Uzumaki left me with the Yondame. Nobody wants a monster as their child. He said, tears welling up. Ren just hugged the child in response. Ren, Naruto, you're not a monster. Kyubi and you have nothing in common. You're a normal human like us. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. He said, releasing the child. Naruto, thank you. It feels strange. He said while petting the fox. Ren, Naruto, you're much more important here than you realize. Naruto, why? Ren, because of your lineage, Naruto. Your ancestors were of royal blood, and for generations, they led our clan. You, Naruto, you are the heir of Uzu, our prince. Naruto, me, a prince? Is this a joke? He asked with anger. Ren, no. Naruto, this is too complicated for a blind person. I have to leave here. Ren, Naruto, you can see more as a blind person than others with sight. I know it won't be easy, but we'll help you. I'll train you in the shinobi arts, and I assure you no one will hurt you or see you as a demon. Naruto, you are our only hope to restore Uzu to its former glory. The blind boy didn't speak for a few minutes, not until the fox in his arms placed a paw on his lips. Naruto, Karo. All right, Ren, I accept staying here, but I'm clearly not ready to be a prince. Ren, leave that to me, Naruto-sama. Naruto, I guess I'll have to get used to that. Ren, I'm afraid so. Narrator. I was in the only place where I could see, in front of a huge fox that I hoped looked like Karo. We were in comfortable silence, studying each other. Kyubi, what are you looking at? Naruto, you, it's the only thing in the room. Kyubi, what do you want then, Gaki? I'm busy. Naruto, I don't see what you're busy with. Kyubi, ignorance is very exhausting, so get to the point. Naruto, I just wanted to observe you. You're the first living being in my life that I can see, and I wanted to thank you. Without you, I'd probably be dead. Kyubi seemed surprised by my response. Kyubi, you don't hate me? Naruto, I have bigger problems than constantly hating or avoiding someone so close to me. Besides, I love foxes. Kyubi, you're a very strange child. Naruto, I'm a blind Jinchuriki, that's not the worst thing I've been called. I replied with a shrug. Kyubi, Kurama. Naruto, huh? Kyubi, my name is Kurama, Gaki. Naruto, and mine is Uzumaki Naruto. Nice to meet you, Kurama-sama. Kurama, no need for the honorific. Naruto, nice to meet you, Kurama. Is there any way to get you out of there? Kurama, I'm sure your current family can do something. Naruto, I hope so. Narrator. Night had fallen on Uzu, but everyone was gathered in the square around a large Fuinjutsu circle. Naruto sat there on his knees, visibly tense. Ren, Uzumaki Namikaze Naruto, are you ready to assume the position you deserve as the heir of Uzu? Naruto, I am. Ren, before taking on the role, you must purify your blood, which means severing all ties with the Yondaime Hokage. Are you willing? Naruto, yes. Ren, then assume your role and be reborn as a pure Uzumaki. He declared before activating the seal along with the other Uzumakas present. It shone brightly, and for a moment, all that could be heard were the boy's screams of pain. It felt like his blood was being extracted, causing him extreme pain. After a few minutes, the seal stopped glowing, revealing an unconscious red-haired boy on the ground. Ren approached him with concern, took his pulse, and let out a relieved sigh, as did the other Uzumakas present. Ren, I'll take him to his room so he can rest. Narrator, Minato. I sighed as I looked at the never-ending stack of paperwork. I stretched for a moment to relieve my stiff muscles and glanced at the photo on my desk. It showed my shy little son being embraced by his mother with me by his side. They had started training him to control the powerful and limitless chakra of the Kyuubi within him. I smiled at the photo before feeling a sudden discomfort in my chest, as if someone were taking something precious away from me. I instinctively turned my head to look beyond Konoha through the window. For a few minutes, the pain didn't subside, but then it suddenly stopped. I raised my hand to touch my face, feeling a tear rolling down my cheek. A sense of emptiness filled my chest, replacing the initial pain. But I still felt the loss I had before. Minato, I should leave it for today. I murmured to myself as I walked away from the desk and left the office. Narrator. Several years had passed since the heirs returned to Uzu. The 6-year-old child was now 12 years old, and his personality had hardly changed over the years. The boy was now petting a 9-tailed red fox lazily sprawled across his legs. Naruto, is anything bothering you, Kurama? Kurama, no, it's just that sometimes I forget I'm in this body instead of being locked inside you. Naruto, you're right. It's been a few years, hasn't it? Kurama, that's correct. Flashback time jutsu. Young Naruto was strolling through the forest, as he often did. These walks gave him a sense of freedom he couldn't find elsewhere. By his side was Korra, keeping a watchful eye for any danger. Naruto, come on, Karo, nothing's going to happen. Enjoy the walk. He said to the little fox, but it simply ignored him. They continued walking for a while until Korra lunged at some bushes, attacking a wolf. Naruto, Karo, come quickly. We need to leave, Naruto called to the injured fox while sensing the rest of the wolf pack. He drew his sword to defend himself. He began fighting off the wolves before hearing Karo's cry of pain. He created a couple of clones to distract the wolves, picked up the injured little fox, and ran back to the village. Naruto was soon met by some clan members who took him to the infirmary, where Ren arrived to check on the boy. Ren, Naruto, what happened? Naruto, I reacted too slowly, and Karo paid the price. He said, tears welling up, holding the lifeless body of the fox. Ren, what are you going to do about it? Naruto, I'll become stronger, and this won't happen again. Ren, that's true, but we can't let Karo's sacrifice be in vain. Ren spoke seriously as he gently placed the small fox on the table and began drawing numerous seals. Naruto, what are you doing? Ren, didn't you ask me to release the Kyuubi inside you? Naruto, yes. Ren, well, that's what I'll do. Place your hands here. Naruto did as the older Uzumaki instructed, and as soon as he placed his hands on the seal, it began to glow along with the fox. Naruto felt a warmth in his stomach that gradually faded along with the glow. Nothing seemed to change until the small fox started moving. It grew another tail, and another, until it had 9 tails and began to move. Naruto, Karo? Kurama, this feeling is strange, really strange. The fox spoke as it stretched and adjusted to its new body. Naruto, Kurama? Kurama, that's right, brat. It seems I'm out. Naruto, how? Ren, both of you are connected. The Kyuubi is using Karo's body as a substitute container. In essence, you're still inside Naruto, but now you can move more freely. Kurama, thank you. Ren, Give your thanks to Karo. He's the one who offered his body to make you more comfortable. End of flashback time jutsu. Kurama, since then, I can go wherever I want, except for the tails. I'm just a regular fox now. Naruto, that's true. Whirlpool Onbu, Naruto-sama, we've received a request for help from the Land of Waves. Naruto, then let's help them. I'll go personally. Whirlpool Onbu, but. Naruto, I need to stretch my legs, Onbu-san. Whirlpool Onbu, I'll inform Lord Ren of your departure. Naruto, thank you. The ship quickly departed for the Land of Waves, arriving in just a couple of hours. Naruto, is the daimyo aware of my presence here? Liam, yes. Naruto, well, then, let's go visit him. The group from Uzu headed to the dilapidated palace of the Land of Waves daimyo, where they were personally received by him. Naruto, nice to meet you, Daimyo Dono. I am Uzumaki Naruto, the current Prince of Uzu. I've come in response to your request for assistance. Daimyo, thank you, Uzumaki Dono. My country is suffering because of Gato. He promised prosperity to my people but only brought us misfortune. I request your ninjas or any possible help to drive him out. Naruto, I understand. From what I gather, you're expecting me to clean up your mistakes, am I wrong? Daimyo, well, Naruto, no need to explain further. I won't help without getting something in return. I'm also fighting for the prosperity of my people. Daimyo, oh of course. How about a trade agreement between our countries? Naruto, that sounds good. I'd also like you to lend us bridge builder Tazuna. Our village is expanding, and a carpenter like him would be very useful. Daimyo, if he's willing, there's no problem. Naruto, perfect. I'll take care of the problem plaguing your country. Daimyo, thank you very much. Naruto, you're welcome. Where can I find the builder? Daimyo, a servant will lead you to his house. Naruto, then I'll go. The Uzu group headed to the Land of Waves village, guided by the servant. Liam, this scene is terrible. Naruto, yes, sometimes it's good to be blind. It seems everyone here already knows why we're here. Liam, how do you know? Naruto, they're murmuring too loudly for me not to hear. Liam, your abilities always surprise me, Naruto-sama. Servant, ahead is Tazuna-san's house. I'll leave you here and return to Daimyo-sama. Naruto, thank you for your service. Liam, alright, spread out, and make sure this place is secure. Naruto knocked on the door of the humble house and was greeted by a young woman. Naruto, I apologize for the inconvenience. I'm looking for Tazuna. Is he here? Tsunami, I'm sorry, he'll be here tomorrow. I'm his daughter Tsunami. May I ask who's looking for him? Naruto, oh, my apologies. I'm Uzumaki Naruto, the current Prince of Uzu, the Land of Whirlpools. I'm looking for your father to help with the expansion of our village. Tsunami, Prince. I'm sorry for my rudeness, Naruto-sama. Please come in. Naruto, don't worry, Tsunami-san. I actually dislike formalities and special treatment, but we can't stay. We need to find a place to stay for the night while waiting for your father. Tsunami, then please stay here. It's humble, but I have plenty of rooms, and it's not safe to go through the village at night. Gato's henchmen are everywhere. Naruto, I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I hope you don't mind my friend. Tsunami, huh? She asked, noticing the fox on the floor, silently looking at her. Of course not. What's its name? Naruto, Kurama. Tsunami, nice to meet you, Kurama-san. She said with a small smile. The fox with multiple tails simply entered the house, lay down on a cushion, and started snoring. Naruto, sorry for his childish and rude behavior. He doesn't get along well with humans. He emphasized so that the fox could hear, earning a huff in response. Tsunami, it's alright. He seems like a smart fox. Well, I'll prepare your rooms and then dinner. Please go to the living room and rest, I'll serve you some tea I was making. Naruto, thank you very much for your hospitality. Both of them sat in the living room to relax when a young boy with a rather unfriendly face entered. Boy, who are you? Naruto, I'm Uzumaki Naruto, and you? Inari, I'm Inari, Tazuna's grandson. What are you doing here? Naruto, I've come to do business with your grandfather. I want to hire him for my village. Inari, well, you better leave quickly, or Gato will kill you. Naruto, I'll keep that in mind. Thanks for the warning. Inari just stared at him. Naruto, is there something on my face? Inari, how do you know I'm looking at you? Naruto, There are more ways to see than with your eyes, kid. Inari, like what? Naruto, like what? Good question. Do you know what a sensor is? Inari, no. Naruto, well, that complicates things. You see, a sensor is an ability only ninjas can have. It's about sensing others, beyond what your eyes can see. We sensors have unique tracking capabilities to see our targets. Inari, are you a ninja? Naruto, I'm trained in shinobi arts, but I'm more like the one who runs a country. Inari, you're a daimyo. Naruto, ha ha, no, I'm the heir to the daimyo. I'm the prince of the land of whirlpools. Inari, I've never heard of that country. Tsunami, Inari, that country used to be one of the most powerful in the past. My father used to tell me how it took 3 major ninja villages just to take down Uzu, resulting in a huge loss for all 3. I'm glad to know that the country wasn't completely destroyed. Inari, were you really that powerful? Naruto, well, I wasn't there, but Liam-san can tell you more about it. That attack happened when I was a bit older than you. I managed to escape with more people in escape boats. Uzu fought to its last breath. Did it fall? Yes, but we'll rise even stronger. Besides, now we have Naruto-sama with us. Nothing can stop us. Naruto, you're placing too much faith in me. Inari, but he's blind. How can he be strong? Tsunami, Inari. Liam, Naruto-sama may seem weak, but he's one of the strongest in Uzu. I wouldn't hesitate to trust him with my life. Inari, then you're amazing. Naruto, you flatter me, kid. Tsunami, everything's ready. Naruto, thanks. After a comfortable dinner filled with questions from Inari, they all went to rest for the next day. Inari didn't leave Naruto's side for a moment. Inari, tell me, can you make me strong? Naruto, nobody can make you strong. You have to become strong on your own, through effort and dedication, kid. Inari, give me some hints. He said with a pout. Naruto, first, you should unlock your chakra. Inari, how? Naruto, place a leaf on your forehead and concentrate as much as you can on it. Then try to sense your own pool of chakra. Once you see it, you've unlocked it. Inari obeyed and spent a few minutes doing this until he got frustrated. Inari, I don't feel anything. Naruto, you'll have to practice and meditate a lot, kid. Uzu wasn't rebuilt in a day. Patience is essential. Inari, alright. He grumbled as he sat in the shade of a tree. Naruto, everything in this world has chakra, from plants to humans. If you can sense it, you'll be able to use it. It's that simple. The bigger and more trained you are, the more chakra you'll have, kid. Narrator Menma. After almost begging my father, we were given a higher ranking mission, but everything had gone wrong. We almost died twice at the hands of the enemy, and now we were surrounded by masked ninjas with whirlpool symbols. They all seemed to want to kill us in cold blood, but I felt the strange sensation of being connected to them in some way. A red-haired man without a mask approached us, and I instinctively positioned myself in front to protect my badly wounded and unconscious sensei, who Sasuke and Sakura were holding. But I was quickly shielded by my mother. She had returned to being a ninja after her hair turned white. She said that this way, she could become strong again. And if we were here, it was thanks to her agreeing to accompany us. Unidentified man, get out of here, Konoha-nin. This house is sealed. Kazuna, sealed? Where is my family? Unidentified man, are you the bridge builder? Kazuna, yes. Unidentified man, very well, my lord is waiting for you in the house, and I assume they are the shinobi you hired to protect you. Kazuna, that's right. Unidentified man, we'll take over from here, Konoha-nin. The daimyo requested help from our country, so we will take care of everything from now on. Kushina, who exactly did he ask for help? Unidentified man, he asked for help from the land of whirlpools. I am Uzumaki Liam, the current captain of this squad assigned to protect our lord. My mother and I paled. Were all of them Uzumaki? Kushina, that's impossible. My son is the last Uzumaki. Liam, that is incorrect. Now leave. Menma, our sensei is injured, and we have very low chakra reserves. Please, at least let us stay here for the night. Liam, that will be our lord's decision. Notify Naruto-sama that the builder and the ninjas are here. After giving that order, one of the masked ninja disappeared in a whirlwind, leaving us in an uncomfortable silence. But it didn't take long for a red-haired boy with blindfolded eyes to appear from the trees, accompanied by a 9-tailed fox that scared my companions. Unidentified boy, nice to meet you, Tazuna and Konoha-nin. I am Uzumaki Naruto, the current prince of the land of whirlpools. I apologize if my ninjas were discourteous to you, but we really don't want any trouble with you, so leave. We will protect Tazuna-san and his family. Menma, let us stay the night, and we'll leave. Kushina, Menma. Naruto, I don't see why not. Besides, you and I are family. I can't let someone from the Uzumaki clan be treated like this. Let's go to the house. I'm sure we can talk more comfortably there. General narrator. A tense atmosphere hung in Tazuna's house, at least for the Konoha ninja. The leader of Uzu calmly sipped his tea. Kushina, I have a question. When did Uzu revive? Naruto, I'm sorry, but you don't have the right to talk to me, look at me, or even be in the same room as me. Traitors have no rights in my eyes. He replied calmly, placing the tea on the table. Kushina, I didn't do anything to become a deserter. I'm the matriarch of the clan. Liam, silence. As our Lord has said, you don't have the right to even share a room with him. You can't claim something that was decided years ago. And Naruto-sama is the leader, not you. Naruto, enough, don't make a scene. Liam, I'm very sorry. Naruto, I apologize for their childish behavior, but they are quite overprotective of me, unfortunately. Menma, please, answer my mother's question. Naruto, well, I was recognized as the heir a few years ago, shortly after your expulsion. Originally, you were supposed to be out of the clan too, but I defended you. A child shouldn't pay for their parents' sins. Menma, what did my mother do? Naruto, oh, that's a good question. The problem is, I don't want to answer it. Any issues? Menma, no. Naruto, perfect. Then you will stay here until tomorrow, then return to your village without causing more trouble, okay? Menma, we won't abandon the mission. This village needs us. Naruto, I'm here for that. With his words, the tension seemed to want to increase at every moment. Kakashi, enough, we both want to help. Why don't we work together? Naruto, hey, it seems that the habit of teamwork hasn't left Konoha. For us from Uzu, teamwork is completely natural because we are a family. The problem is, we don't trust a Leaf member at all. I assure you, no one in Uzu would trust you. All the Leaf members were surprised by that statement. Kakashi, Uzu and Konoha have always been united. Please explain. Naruto, is it necessary? It seems obvious to me, right, Liam-san? Liam, that's right, I was there, how Konoha stabbed us in the back when it mattered. How they let us die at the hands of other villages without even blinking. Kushina, lies. Konoha helped, I would be dead without them. Naruto, it was a simple plot by the third Hokage. The treaty for you to go to Konoha was already in place, and if they wiped out the entire clan, they wouldn't care because they had you. In fact, it would be better, the most powerful clan being loyal to the village, too good to pass up, right? That's why it took them so long to send help to Uzu, a whole week to be exact. Enough time to ensure none of ours were left. Kushina was in shock, opening and closing her mouth in an unsuccessful attempt to contradict his words. Naruto, do you understand? Why should we trust a village like that? But don't worry, Konoha Ninja-san, we won't seek revenge for now. Right now, we're focusing on recovering, so to speak. I have a meeting planned with the Fire Daimyo to discuss our former alliances. Kakashi, discuss? Naruto, of course, one of the main points would be to remove the whirlpool symbol from the Chunin, Jonin, and Anbu uniforms. Just seeing it on you makes me want to vomit from pure anger. Kakashi seemed to shrink in his seat from his previous words. To him, that boy felt extremely imposing, and his gaze made it feel like someone was looking into his soul, sending multiple shivers down his spine. Kushina, my sin. Naruto, yes? Kushina, my mother told me that there were 2 unbreakable rules in the Uzumaki clan. The first was that you could never abandon or betray a clan member, and the other was that you couldn't be arrogant. Am I not mistaken? Naruto, no, what you said is correct. Menma, Okasan, who did you abandon? The boy wasn't foolish, he knew perfectly well that his mother wasn't arrogant, leaving only the other option. Kushina, you, right? You are my son, aren't you? She asked with tones of desperation that dropped a huge tension in the room. The Uzu Anbu seemed on the verge of killing Namikaze for her words, and the Konoha ninjas stared at her wide-eyed in shock, not knowing what to do or say. The only one who seemed calm in the room was Naruto, who simply refilled his teacup before taking another long sip in silence before answering. Naruto, that's right, Kushina Namikaze. I am your son, Naruto Namikaze Uzumaki, or at least I was before you left me in an orphanage like a crippled demon. Not that I care, It's just curiosity. But why did you do it? Kushina didn't respond immediately, she simply watched her son closely before breaking the silence. Kushina, I didn't want to do it, it was a decision of the Konoha Council and your father. You were born blind, with a sickly body, and many in the civilian council thought the Kyuubi had possessed you and demanded your death. Minato couldn't do anything else but agree to leave you in an orphanage until you were old enough to enter the ninja academy and graduate to claim you as his son. He forbade people from talking about you as a Jinchuriki, but council members spread it. Minato couldn't do anything. If he confronted them, it would cause a civil war in Konoha because of Danzo and other powerful members. He assigned you security, but from what I see, they didn't do their job well. He promised me that you would be fine. I was wrong. I'm sorry. She finished confessing while bowing her head to the ground in front of Naruto. Naruto, it's not necessary. As I said, it was just curiosity. I don't really care about the circumstances or the reasons. I have nothing to do with Konoha, and believe me, I will make sure Uzu and Konoha never have ties between them in the near or distant future. To me, Konoha is dead, just like my supposed parents. I'm sorry, Kushina-san, but your apologies won't change that fact. He responded firmly before taking another sip of tea. Oh, I just remembered, Konoha Ninja-san Uzu will be assigned to protect the villagers during the dispute. Gato belongs to you. This is a form of teamwork, don't you think? Kakashi stared dumbfounded at the blind boy for a few seconds before reacting and nodding. Naruto, wonderful, then we'll retire to rest. I suppose there were too many emotions in one afternoon. I'm sure you must be exhausted too, so until tomorrow. He bid farewell before heading up the stairs of the house to the bedrooms. Silence reigned for a few minutes, and in the room, only Kushina's sobs could be heard as she remained prostrate on the ground. Menma looked at his mother for a few seconds before lifting her off the ground and hugging her tightly. Menma, you have to explain many things, Okasan. Kakashi, me too. It was supposed that the child had died. Sensei told us all that he had died from the Kyuubi's chakra. Why? He asked with anger. Kushina, it was a top secret, Class SS secret. To appease the council members, they were told that the child had died, only 5 people knew the truth, so no one knew about Naruto's origins, only that he was the Kyuubi's Jinchuriki. Kakashi, but I could have protected him from the villagers. Kushina, if you did that, it would only raise suspicions about the boy and make things worse. Menma, who ordered sending my older brother to an orphanage? Kushina, Danzo Shimura and the former teammates of the 3rd Hokage. Minato couldn't do anything. In exchange for sending him to an orphanage, they would tell the council that your brother was dead. At least that's what I know. Kakashi simply got up in anger, still nursing his wounds, and left the room to get some fresh air and gather his thoughts. Without waiting much longer, Sakura and Sasuke also left the room to leave mother and son alone. Again, silence fell in the room until Menma decided to break it. Menma, why didn't you ever tell me? Kushina, no one could know, not even Kakashi or you. Menma, he's my brother, I had the right to know. Kushina, I know. I talked to Minato about it many times, but he didn't yield. Menma, he sacrificed his own son for this village? For a village capable of mistreating an innocent child? I don't understand. He asked as tears began to flow from his face. Kushina, your father loves this village above all else, Menma. Making these kinds of sacrifices is what comes with being a Hokage. Menma, well, maybe I don't want to be Hokage anymore if it means hurting my family. Kushina, Menma. Menma, in fact, maybe I should go where my true family is, to Uzu, because after all, I am a member of the Uzumaki clan, right? Kushina, and leave your whole life? Menma, you're a ninja of Konoha, don't forget that. Menma, well, maybe I will forget. He shouted with anger and frustration as he forcefully threw his ninja headband to the ground and ran out of the room with tears in his eyes. Kushina, Menma. She tried to stop her son without success before looking sadly at the discarded ninja headband on the floor and breaking into tears again. At no point did anyone notice the small orange fox with red eyes observing the entire situation from the corner of the room. It snorted silently before also heading upstairs to the room where the Prince of Uzu slept. Naruto, thank you, Kurama, you've helped me a lot. Rest well. He told his friend while affectionately stroking him. Kurama, you're welcome, little one. It's been fun to see all their reactions, especially the Jonins and your brothers. Naruto, I see, I'm glad you had fun. Kurama, who will you talk to first? Naruto, well. Family always comes first, right? Kurama simply smiled in a foxy way as a response. Naruto nodded to his friend before heading towards his brother. Menma was standing by some trees in the nearby forest, trying to vent his frustration by hitting the trees to the point where small wounds could be seen on his hands. Naruto, you know? It's not good to hurt yourself like this, Menma. Menma turned abruptly to look at Naruto, who held a small first aid kit in his hands while smiling calmly. Menma, why? Why didn't you kick me out too? He asked, tears streaming down his face as he threw himself to the ground with clenched fists. Naruto simply knelt down and carefully tended to his wounded hands under his brother's watchful gaze. Naruto began to bandage the wounds with care. Naruto, Menma. A child should not pay for the sins of their parents. I have no reason to blame you for their mistakes. You didn't even know I existed, and besides, you're my younger brother. He replied with a small sincere smile on his face. My dear Atuu has wanted to meet you, talk to you, take care of you, teach you, and simply be your older brother for a long time. Menma just looked silently at his brother before jumping and hugging him tightly, apologizing multiple times while expressing his gratitude many more. Naruto simply returned the hug tenderly. Naruto, you don't have to hug me so tightly, you know? He said playfully, making Menma blush before letting go and wiping his tears with a small smile. Menma, thank you. Thank you for wanting to be my older brother. Naruto, I never doubted it for a second, Atuu. But now go to sleep. We'll talk tomorrow, alright? Menma nodded in silence before heading to his room, where his teammates were waiting for him, bombarding him with questions. It was clear that he wouldn't get much sleep that night. Naruto simply got up and headed to where he knew Hatake was, looking at the stars in a clearing in the forest. Kakashi, how did you know I was here? Naruto, I'm a good sensor, detecting you is very simple for me. Kakashi, I see. Naruto, there's no need to apologize, Hatake-san. I know you would have protected me if you had known about my existence. I know you're a good person. Kakashi, I'm not so sure about that. I've made too many mistakes in my life to be one. Naruto, a good person isn't someone who hasn't made any mistakes or sins. It's someone who acts right when they realize their mistake and tries to make amends. Kakashi, it might be. I'm glad you don't hold a grudge against me. Naruto, well, I have no reason to hold a grudge against you, but how do you feel? Kakashi, my sensei, one of the most important people to me, for whom I would give my life without hesitation, kept me in the dark about something so important for years. I just feel. Naruto, betrayed? When I found out about my origin, I felt the same way. Luckily, I had family to help me get over it. Kakashi, let me be part of your family, let me help you. Kakashi simply cried at his words as he fell to the ground in front of the boy. Kakashi, that should be my line. Naruto, then we're in agreement, we're family. He smiled as he offered his hand to help Kakashi up. Kakashi took a few seconds to grab his hand before smiling and standing up. Kakashi, thank you. Naruto, it's nothing, family always forgives, right? He replied with a smile before heading back to the cabin, closely followed by Kakashi, who looked at the boy with happiness. Just a few minutes ago, he felt a heavy burden of guilt in his heart, but now he felt lighter than before, even lighter than before starting the mission. Without saying another word, they both said their goodbyes and went to their room to rest. Tomorrow would be a very long day. Narrator. The ninjas from Konoha and the members of Uzu had reached an agreement. Team 7 would be responsible for protecting Tazuna at all times, and Uzu would take care of protecting Inari and his mother, along with the village, in case Gato planned any harmful actions. Tazuna, all right. We're heading to the bridge. We'll see you tonight, Inari, Tsunami. Inari, goodbye. Tsunami, farewell, and don't drink during breaks. Tazuna, of course not. Who do you take me for? He asked in an exaggerated manner, causing some of those present to sweat nervously. Tsunami, nothing, just don't do it alone. Tazuna, humph, he replied indignantly before leaving, followed by the Konoha ninjas who quickly bid their farewells. Naruto, well, Tsunami-san, I'm going to take care of some matters. I'll leave a guard to protect you at all times. Inari, I wanted to spend the day with you. Naruto, another day, Inari. Tsunami, sorry for the trouble, and thank you for your help. Naruto, not at all, it's a pleasure to help you. Naruto, along with Liam, left the house to head to a base near the village where they had set up. Liam, why did you spare Hatake and Namikaze, my lord? Naruto, spare? Who said I spared them? Liam, but. Naruto, I know what you mean, Liam. Menma is still in Uzumaki, and it will serve us in the future. Remember, his social position as the only son of the Yondaime benefits us in many ways. And Hatake is just a good way to get to the Yondaime. Imagine how it will affect him if Hatake Kakashi were to tell him directly that he only feels hatred towards him. What do you think the Yondaime's reaction would be? Kurama, how wicked you are, Naruto, the fox expressed with clear sarcasm. Naruto, Kurama, I don't consider myself a wicked person. Liam, do you consider me a bad person? Liam, no, of course not, the subordinate quickly replied. Naruto, see? Kurama, his opinion doesn't matter to me at all. Admit it, you want to make Minato and Kushina suffer. Naruto, do you think so? I believe I'm handling all of this in a very mature way. Revenge wouldn't serve me any purpose. Kurama, Naruto, I've known you since you were born. I know perfectly well that you're a venomous person. What sets you apart from others is that you don't spend all your time thinking about how to harm them. You go on with your life, but when you see an opportunity, you strike. You did it as a child, always memorizing the voices of those who hurt you and then attacking them in a way that they weren't even aware of the wound. Half of those villagers are either disabled or ruined. You're like a snake. Naruto simply smiled calmly. Naruto, I prefer to be compared to a fox. I don't like snakes. Liam, I'm sorry to interrupt, but Karen-san has arrived with a message for you. Naruto, very well, let's hear what she has to say. Karen, Naruto-sama, we have received a request for help from the revolutionaries in Kiri. Naruto, I see. Send a message to the resistance leader. We will provide basic support, and they can send all their civilians and injured to our country. We won't help with their fighting force. No Uzumaki will die for another country's cause. Karen drafted the report as soon as she received her order and offered him the document to sign, making it official. Naruto, have Uzu prepare everything necessary to receive the foreigners. Don't give more than we can afford, remember that Uzu is the top priority. Karen, of course. Naruto, Karen, please give my regards to your mother and brother, alright? Karen smiled before bowing as a sign of gratitude. Karen, I will, and come back soon. Uzu feels empty without you. Naruto, I won't be long, I promise. Karen nodded and returned to the land of whirlpools to fulfill her orders. Kurama, do you like her? Naruto, what nonsense are you talking about? Kurama, a king should have many girlfriends, right? Naruto, I'm a one-woman man, don't get confused. Kurama, we'll see, the fox smiled playfully at his friend's blush. Naruto, changing the subject, how are things with Team 7? Have you gathered information about them? Liam, yes, as you know, the team consists of Sakura Haruno, Sasuke Uchiha, and Menma Namikaze Uzumaki. Their sensei is Hatake Kakashi, an experienced jonin known as the Copy Ninja. Their other teammate is Kushina Namikaze, another experienced jonin. Naruto, Normally, genins who have just graduated from the academy wouldn't be allowed on a mission like this. I'm sure Kushina's involvement had a lot to do with it. Also, based on what I've seen with my genins, D-rank missions can be unbearable. It's no wonder they demanded a higher level mission. Tell me about their combat abilities. Liam, yes, sir. Well, Menma hasn't developed any unique Uzumaki clan abilities, which is quite disappointing considering the level of our genins. He seems to specialize in medium and short-range combat with decent kenjutsu skills. Besides the well-known Rasengan, we don't know if he can perform other jutsus, and his chakra control is likely poor. Then there's Uchiha, we assume he hasn't awakened his Sharingan, lacks the typical kenjutsu skills of his clan, and his taijutsu is subpar due to the absence of his Sharingan. He has better chakra control, but it's still not great. We believe he specializes in Katen jutsus. Lastly, there's Sakura. She's, well, useless. She's basically a fangirl, malnourished due to some stupid diet, and apart from her love for Uchiha, there's nothing remarkable about her. Naruto, in a way, I feel sorry for Uchiha. Fangirls tarnish the reputation of Konoikis, and they shouldn't even exist. Anyway, she'll probably end up getting killed by an enemy. Thanks for the report, Liam. I now have a better idea of what that team is like. Liam, thank you very much. The Anbu assigned to Tazuna's house interrupted their conversation. Whirlpool Anbu, Naruto-sama, Tazuna's house has been attacked. Naruto, I see, and judging by the bloodstains on your uniform, you've eliminated your enemies. Whirlpool Anbu, correct, and I apologize for presenting myself in this state. Naruto, not at all, it's your duty. Now, Anbu, have you gathered information about Gato? Another Anbu appeared as the one responsible for Tazuna's house vanished without a trace. Whirlpool Anbu 2, yes, he's the leader of Gato Industries, a construction and transportation company with significant influence in the illegal activities on the continent. He deals in everything from weapons to human trafficking. He commands over 500 low-level mercenaries and a former ninja from Kiri named Zabuza Momochi, along with his partner, whose name we couldn't ascertain, but he appears to fight with Shinbons. Naruto, it's not uncommon for corrupt businessmen to hire people like Zabuza. What's strange is that they actually pay them. Considering the renegade's level, Gato must be paying a high price for his services. Whirlpool Anbu 2, you're absolutely right. I overheard a conversation that implied payment to Zabuza. It seems that Gato is planning to kill Zabuza after he eliminates the Konoha ninja or the bridge builder. Naruto, Gato doesn't underestimate Zabuza. I don't think he believes a few mercenaries can harm him. I suppose that's why he'll attack Zabuza when he's weakened after his confrontation with the Konoha ninja. Then they say I'm the villain, he said with a hint of humor while glancing at the fox, who only grumbled in response. Naruto, where is Zabuza and his partner now? Whirlpool Anbu 2, they're heading to the bridge to fulfill their mission. Naruto, oh, we can't allow that. Let's go to the bridge, Liam. Liam, yes, sir. I'll prepare everything. Kurama, what are you planning? Naruto, oh, I thought you knew everything about me. Kurama, you've changed more than you can imagine over the years, Naruto. There are parts of you even I don't know. Naruto, I'll take that as a compliment. Kurama, only you would take it as a compliment, Brad. Naruto, hee, I guess you're right. Are you coming along? Kurama, are you kidding? I wouldn't miss it for anything. Narrator Kushina. Everything was going well, except for the part about Uzu and my son. My poor boy, raised alone and mistreated due to my negligence. The tension it caused in our group seemed unlikely to disappear soon, although Sasuke and Sakura wisely chose not to get involved. Then there was Kakashi, being professional and avoiding any discussion with me beyond what was necessary. Lastly, there was my son, who appeared entirely indignant about what had happened and made no effort to hide it, especially those fleeting glares of hatred and disappointment that pierced my heart. I didn't want this to happen. When we return to Konoha, I'll talk to Minato to resolve all of this. I don't want my small family to fall apart, but I also don't want to leave Naruto again. He doesn't deserve everything that happened to him, and I must make it right, no matter what. Suddenly, a thick fog, similar to the one at the lake, formed on the bridge's surface, and a gust of wind passed through it, revealing a silhouette in the mist. Kushina, Zabuza. Menma, Sakura, Sasuke, protect the builder. Kakashi, help me. Genins, yes. Kakashi, this time, we won't fall so easily, Zabuza. Zabuza, I could say the same, Konoha nin. Haku, deal with the kids and the builder. Haku, yes, Zabuza-sama. It's essentially the same fight as in the series, but with Menma instead of Naruto, who possesses a portion of the Kyuubi's chakra. Kakashi was about to pierce Zabuza with his Chidori when someone stopped him. Kakashi, what does this mean? Liam, by order of Naruto-sama, this man is under our immediate protection. Kushina, why? Liam, it's not your concern. Naruto, that's right, this is only a matter for a member of Uzu. Please don't interfere, Kakashi-san. Kakashi, Naruto. Naruto, Zabuza Momochi, I've just formed a sort of alliance with the Kiri revolutionaries, and I have a couple of questions. I believe that no one but you, who attempted a coup, knows the positions of the revolutionaries in the war better. Would it be too much trouble for you to answer my questions? Zabuza squinted as he looked at his former pupil without breaking eye contact. Zabuza, how do you know that? Who are you? Naruto, I have my sources, and I'm Uzumaki Naruto, the current prince of Uzu. Nice to meet you. He introduced himself with a slight bow. Zabuza, do you expect me to believe that? Naruto, whether you believe me or not is your choice. I'm here to ask you a couple of things and, of course, to warn you about Gato's betrayal. Don't you know that you can't trust corrupt businessmen, Zabuza-san? Zabuza, betrayal? Has Gato betrayed me? Naruto, that's right, he doesn't plan to pay you, so there's no reason to continue this senseless fight. Zabuza analyzed my son's face before nodding and sheathing his sword. Zabuza, I believe you, kid. Liam, show some more respect to your savior. Zabuza, I didn't ask anyone for help, Beanpole. Time seemed to stand still as my son drew a knife and threw it at Zabuza's head, causing a slight cut on his cheek. The knife hit another mercenary in the head who was about to kill Zabuza with a rusty sword. Naruto, now you owe me your life twice, though you don't owe me much. Zabuza was in shock, and so were the rest of us, but his words quickly snapped us out of it. Naruto, I didn't expect you to act so quickly, Gato-san. Gato, you little arrogant brat, you've ruined my surprise attack. Naruto, you can't surprise a censor, Gato-san. Liam, make sure this doesn't happen again. Liam seemed horrified at his mistake and quickly apologized to Naruto. Gato approached our position, surrounded by a bunch of mercenaries who were smirking with superiority, but their leader's face turned pale upon seeing Naruto. Gato, it can't be. What are you doing here? Naruto, it seems you've recognized me. Gato, you're the prince of an emerging country with significant profit potential. Of course, I would recognize you as a businessman. Zabuza, wait, so you weren't lying? Naruto, of course not. Zabuza, well, as gratitude, I'll answer all your questions, but it will be after I kill all this trash. Naruto, I'm looking forward to it, and I'm sure Liam would like to help you redeem himself. Liam, yes, of course. Zabuza, very well. Now you'll see why they call me a demon. Chapter 5. Narrator. Gato's men were brutally defeated, and their leader, at Naruto's request, was imprisoned by the Uzu members until his trial, which would be presided over by the daimyo of the Land of Waves. Even though he was a monster deserving of death, he owned a large corporation that couldn't be simply ignored, despite some villagers' complaints. Naruto, don't worry, villagers. I'll make sure he pays for his sins. After all, death would be too merciful for him. Naruto declared, silencing the complaints. He quickly made his way to the base where all the shinobi were waiting. Naruto, sorry for the delay, but I had to explain my actions to the villagers. Kazuna, thank you for saving our village. Kazuna thanked everyone with a deep bow. But now, I must go back to my family. Naruto, I hope we'll meet again, Kazuna-san. Kazuna, I hope so too, Naruto-sama. The old bridge builder bid farewell and hurried back to his family. Naruto, well, Konoha-nin, this is goodbye. I sincerely hope not to see most of you again. Kushina, come to Konoha, Naruto. We can talk to your father and sort everything out. Naruto, I'm sorry, Kushina-san, but I have no reason to go to Konoha. However, I'm sure I'll visit to clarify our current alliance. Kakashi, what do you mean? Naruto, Uzu and Konoha have always been close allies. Since that's clearly not the case anymore, Uzu has the right to claim all our debts. I explained it at Tazuna's house the day we met. Remember? Kakashi, I thought you weren't serious. Naruto, I don't make jokes. Liam, Naruto-sama, we must go. Zabuza and his assistant are waiting for us. Naruto, right, and we need to prepare to receive the wounded and civilians from Kiri and take Gato to our prison before his trial. We can't afford to delay any longer. Despite the complaints from some of Team 7, the Uzu ninjas quickly returned to their country. On the ship, they began discussing Kiri's current situation in the war. Zabuza, I'm surprised a country wants to help the resistance. Naruto, why is that? Zabuza, it's a lost cause. I even tried to stage a coup and failed. No one can stop Yagura. Naruto, I see. Yagura intrigues me a lot. His behavior is too abnormal. According to you, he acted normally until he started the blood purge. Nobody changes overnight. Zabuza, that's what I thought. When I was still a Chunin, Yagura seemed like a man to admire. It was hard to accept his change. Naruto, an old friend, huh? Zabuza, something like that. But the resistance is not weak either. One of the leaders is Mei Terumi. She can control lava, and aside from her ridiculous obsession with marriage, she's a great kunoichi. Naruto, oh? What's your opinion of her? Zabuza, she's an annoying woman. Naruto just smiled subtly before taking a sip of his tea. Naruto, I see, Zabuza-san, I'd love to hire you. Zabuza seemed to choke on his tea at that proposition. Zabuza, for what? Naruto, I don't know anyone who knows Kiri's current state better than you. You could be the mediator between us, not necessarily fighting, just giving me occasional advice. Zabuza, and what fun is there in that job? Naruto, none, think of it as a paid vacation. Uzu has incredible hot springs where you can heal up and train with my Anbu, they love Kenjutsu. I'm sure you'll find a good challenge among them, of course, without killing anyone. And I'm sure your partner could use some rest, he looks exhausted. Zabuza, well, okay, but I'm expensive. Naruto, money won't be a problem, but I'll deduct the hotel accommodation from your final payment. I'm generous but not foolish. Zabuza, ha ha ha, fair enough. I think you and I will get along just fine. Naruto, I agree, Zabuza-san. More tea? He asked before continuing their conversation about Kiri's situation. After a short boat trip, they all arrived in Uzu, where they were greeted by many villagers and some high-ranking government officials who needed an urgent meeting with the prince. Naruto, I have to go do my duties. Liam will show you to your residence. We'll meet as soon as I can. Until then, enjoy the wonders of Uzu. Naruto bid farewell and was quickly surrounded by officials. Zabuza, the kid seems busy. Liam, Naruto-sama is always busy, but he never complains. Zabuza nodded before noticing an orange fox disembarking from the ship and following the busy prince. Zabuza, who's the fox? Liam, the fox? That's Kurama-sama, Naruto-sama's companion. I recommend not bothering him. Believe me, he's not an ordinary fox. Zabuza, if you're using Sama with a fox, I'll have to believe you. He replied while observing the village's surroundings. Haku, it's a very beautiful village. Haku, it's a very beautiful village. Liam, Naruto-sama cares a lot about the well-being of our villagers. We have few shinobi to protect them, but our defenses are strong. Zabuza, are all the inhabitants of this village Uzumakis? Liam, not everyone, but most are. Those who aren't are usually foreigners fleeing something or seeking a new life. We don't deny entry to anyone with non-hostile intentions, but there is some social distinction. Zabuza, what do you mean? Liam, let me give you an example. If there are two patients in a crowded hospital, one is an Uzumaki, and the other is not, the doctor tends to choose the Uzumaki over the foreigner. There's no law that dictates it, but those with the Uzumaki name have preference in some situations. Haku, isn't that discrimination? Liam, yes and no. Tell me, Haku, between a family member with whom you share blood and a stranger, both on the verge of dying, whom would you choose? Haku, my family member. Liam, exactly. Everyone would choose a family member over a stranger. The problem in this village is that it's much more noticeable than in other places. Zabuza, I see. So, around 80% of the population is Uzumaki, right? Liam, good eye. Naruto-sama hopes to balance the Uzumaki population with foreigners in the future. One of his plans is to allow non-Uzumaki children to enroll in the ninja school. Zabuza, are there only Uzumaki ninja? Liam, yes, the Shinobi Council doesn't trust anyone without the same last name, so they don't allow non-Uzumaki children to become ninjas of Uzu. Zabuza, doesn't that limit the number of ninjas? Liam, Naruto-sama sees it that way too, but changing the old-timer's perspective is not easy. Although the other clan members aren't too thrilled about it either. Haku, what do you think? Liam, I trust a blood relative over a stranger any day. Keep in mind, Haku-san, that Uzu was attacked many years ago, and survivors like me find it hard to trust people. I know Naruto-sama wants what's best for the village, but I'm also against that initiative. Zabuza, that's understandable, but I'm surprised you're a survivor. Liam, ha, I'm much older than I look, Zabuza-san. This is your hotel, by the way. Zabuza looked amazed at the elegant hotel. Zabuza, it seems like Naruto-sama doesn't want to pay me too much for my services. Liam, Naruto-sama is a money expert. I'll check you in, and you can rest there. Zabuza, one room is enough. Liam, are you a couple? Haku/Zabuza, no, he's my student/master. Liam, are you a man? Haku, yes. Liam, oh, sorry, ahem, my mistake, sorry for asking such a stupid question, but I had to confirm it. Zabuza, ahem, that's fine. Just check us in. Zabuza and Haku spent the night in one of the most elegant hotels in the village, unaware of the headache that would come the next day, at least for Momochi. The city woke up peacefully, except for the arrival of a somewhat red-haired woman in a blue dress, accompanied by Karen, who was busy preparing a report to ensure everything was documented. You're working hard, Karen-chan. Karen, I like everything to be in order, Mei-sama. Mei, I've told you that just Mei is fine. I'm not someone important. Karen, You're one of the leaders of the resistance, right? I consider that position important. May, whatever you say. Do you have any advice for me? Karen stopped writing and thought for a moment before responding. Karen, look him in the eyes. He doesn't like people treating him differently because of his disability. Trust me, he sees much more than other people. May, I see. Anything else? Karen, don't raise your voice. Naruto-sama has very sharp hearing, and loud sounds irritate him. He used to yell a lot, and I got a couple of slaps for it. May, thank you, that will be very helpful. Karen, oh, one more thing. Don't mess with the fox. Trust me, you don't want to bother him. You'll earn his hatred and, of course, Naruto-sama's. May, which fox? Karen, Naruto-sama's companion, a orange fox named Kurama. Don't be surprised if people use sama with him, May-sama. May, I'll keep that in mind. And tell me, is the prince handsome? Karen blushed as red as her hair before answering. Karen, he's incredibly handsome, I mean, very good looking, you get it. May, it seems someone has a little crush on him. Karen, Naruto-sama and me? That's impossible. I'm just an assistant, and he's the prince of a country and the future king. It can't be. May, you know, I believe anything is possible when it comes to love. Don't give up. Karen, I'll try. May, that's the spirit. She smiled at the girl who was trying to hide her embarrassment. Both of them soon arrived at the main port, where they were welcomed by several royal guards with the Uzu emblem on their armor and elite ninjas. Liam, good morning, May Terumi-sama. His Majesty Naruto-sama is waiting for you at the palace. May, thank you very much for this welcome. I'm looking forward to meeting him. The group boarded luxurious-looking carriages heading to a palace on the outskirts of the village, still under construction. Liam, we apologize for the palace's appearance, it's still under construction. Imagine it's under construction, but basically looks like this. May, this is an impressive palace. Liam, thank you. Since the palace essentially governs everything, it needs to be this large. Plus, the entire council resides here along with Naruto-sama. But until the construction is complete, the official headquarters is in the center of the village. You will also reside here during your short stay in this country. May, you're very kind, and this country is beautiful, much better than my village, which is all in ruins. Karen, don't worry, I'm sure Naruto-sama will be able to do something about it. May smiled before getting off the carriage and being guided to the main hall where Naruto was with a slightly different outfit. With blindfold and red hair. Naruto, nice to meet you, May Terumi-san. I've heard a lot about you. May, likewise, Your Majesty. Naruto, just call me by my name, it's enough. May, alright, I've been sent here to help prepare everything for receiving the wounded who are on their way. Naruto, any help is welcome. May, that should be my line. Naruto, Zabuza-san, is there any particular reason you're hiding? He asked one of the columns in the room, from which a dejected Zabuza emerged. Zabuza, hi, May-chan, long time no see. The renegade greeted with fear. May, Zabuza-kun. What are you doing here? She asked, raising her voice and causing Naruto to develop a twitch in his eye. Naruto, May-san, could you please avoid raising your voice? He requested with a friendly tone, masking his strong irritation. May quickly covered her mouth and apologized under Karen's disapproving gaze. Zabuza, in response to your question, Naruto-sama has hired me as a mediator in this agreement, May-chan. May, I see, Naruto-sama doesn't trust that rat, he'll betray him as soon as he can. Naruto, I'll take that risk, but it seems like you two have a complicated history that I hope you can resolve soon for the sake of this alliance. May, of course, I'm sorry if I was rude. Zabuza, the lava demon apologizing. Now I've seen everything. The swordsman muttered, unaware that the demon had heard him. May, Naruto-sama, I'd like to discuss some matters with Zabuza-kun. Is there a place where we can talk privately? Naruto, the adjacent room is empty, you can use it. Zabuza, what? Wait, I don't want to be alone with you. May, oh, Zabuza-kun, I'm just going to discuss a couple of things with you. She said with a sweet tone while dragging Momochi into the other room. Naruto, you know, Karen, this is quite amusing. Chapter 6. Narrator. After a short but painful conversation, Zabuza returned to the room with a smiling May. Naruto, is everything okay? May, yes, thank you for waiting, Naruto-sama. Naruto, not at all, I believe this is entirely necessary. After all, an old friendship like this shouldn't be broken. Zabuza glared at Naruto for his words but didn't say anything, fearing it might anger the revolutionary. May, I completely agree with you. Now we should start discussing the points of our alliance. She spoke seriously as she sat in front of Uzumaki, and a servant served her a cup of tea. Naruto, of course, as I mentioned, and Karen wrote, Uzu will provide non-military support only. May, the Kiri rebellion appreciates it. If all the wounded and civilians stay in a safe place, those of us who can fight can be more at ease. Naruto, alright, is there anything else to clarify? May, certainly. What do you want in return for your help? No one gives anything for free. Naruto, a trade alliance, for example, and military support when Kiri recovers. Besides that, I can't think of anything else. He finished thoughtfully. May, consider it done. A trade alliance will also be of great help to us, and as for the military support, even though it will take time, we can create it. Naruto, wonderful, then we're finished. May, I thought you might ask for monetary compensation. Naruto, monetary compensation for a village in debt due to its civil war? That would only cause us more problems. May, I'm sorry, but as soon as we recover, we will. Naruto, don't make promises you won't be able to keep. Don't count your chickens before they hatch, May-san. May, why yes, I'm sorry. Naruto, no need to apologize. Now, if you don't mind, can you describe the power of the Mizukage and your own, please? May, of course, the rebellion has about 5,000 men, which may not seem like much compared to the village's 15,000 men, but I'm sure we can win if we can just stop Yagura. Naruto, don't raise your voice, May-san. I don't like repeating myself. Unlike his previous warning, these words carried some anger, barely contained. May apologized again, and this time, both Zabuza and Karen shook their heads in agreement. May, I'm sorry, I got carried away. Naruto, Zabuza-san, I feel like I'm investing in a fallen company. What do you think? May looked at Zabuza with desperation, but he quickly averted his gaze. Zabuza, Your Majesty, to be honest, I don't see much future for the rebellion. It's 5,000 men against 15,000 and one Jinchuriki who happens to be the Mizukage. I also staged a coup in my day, but I believe I had better odds than they do now. May slumped at his response, and Naruto simply took a larger sip of his tea than usual. Naruto, how disheartening. May, aye. Naruto, then I'll have to help you in some way other than non-military support. May/Karen, really? Naruto, does it surprise you that much, Karen? Karen, to be honest, yes. You said you would never make an Uzumaki die for another's cause. Naruto, who said I'm sending an Uzumaki to do that? Karen, but you just said. Naruto, I know what I just said, Karen. Now, if you're both willing, I'll explain my idea on the way. Without waiting for a response, Naruto stood up along with a fox that seemed to have appeared out of nowhere. He headed towards one of the room's doors. May was about to say something when Naruto opened it as if he could see perfectly, confusing the woman, but she didn't say anything out of fear of disturbing him. The group followed the prince to an underground room filled with sealing scrolls. Naruto, now, this scroll contains a special barrier created by our clan. I'll lend it to you, but this action comes with a price. Kiri specializes in water release jutsu, while we Uzumaki are primarily wind and water release ninjas. When this war is over, Kiri must provide us with several water release jutsu, ones you consider secret or forbidden. The quantity will be decided when this is all over. Do you accept? May, what does the barrier do? Naruto, any enemy who enters this barrier will be weakened, and their chakra will be absorbed without causing death. Anyone you consider an enemy. But you know what? This barrier is very useful for detecting traitors. Imagine, an army of 15,000 could be reduced in just a few minutes. Even someone like Yagura won't be able to avoid it. May, actually, such a barrier exists. Zabuza, it's an incredible power. How is it possible for such power to exist? Zabuza's shout gave Naruto an eye twitch. He quickly covered his mouth and apologized. Naruto, if anyone else raises their voice for no reason, I'll have Kurama eat them. Clear? The three present nodded quickly, watching as the fox licked its chops and looked at them as if they were meat skewers. Naruto, and to answer your question, Zabuza-san, this is the result of hundreds of sealing masters concentrated in one place. It was just completed recently, and it probably needs some adjustments, but it's one of the most powerful seals of our clan. Do you accept? Mei, do I have to return it later? Naruto, if you know what's good for you, you will. Mei, I accept. Naruto nodded before handing her the scroll. Naruto, you'll be the only one allowed to use it. If I find out another shinobi from Kiri has used it, Kiri will have bigger problems to worry about. Understood? Mei, it shall be done. She replied, frightened. Naruto, well, I'm sure you're very tired from your journey. We'll need our energy for what's coming. Karen will show you to your room and let you know when breakfast is. Zabuza, wait, could I come here too? If I stay in that hotel any longer, I'll end up owing you money, Your Majesty. Naruto, if you don't mind sharing a room with Mei-san, I don't see any problem with you staying. Zabuza/Mei, what? Karen sighed and created a barrier between Naruto and the Kiri shinobi, confusing them until they heard a sinister laugh from behind. Kurama, now. I've never tasted a Kiri shinobi before. I wonder how they'll taste. Zab. Uza, the fox talks. Mei, impossible. Naruto, oh, I guess I haven't introduced you. This is Kurama, my bijou. Zabuza, are you saying this fox is the Nine-Tails bijou? Kurama, the very same. Now, don't run too far, as this will hurt you more than it hurts me. He smiled before jumping at the two ninjas who screamed in pain under the Kyuubi's attacks. Karen, Naruto-sama, shouldn't we stop Kurama-sama? Naruto, Kurama won't harm them, he's just getting some exercise and having fun. He's mentioned lately that he's been bored. Karen, I see. I'm glad I created a soundproof barrier in addition to the containment one. Naruto, you always know what to do, Karen-chan. That's why I admire you so much. Karen, really? Naruto, and I also appreciate that you don't scream when something makes you nervous, at least not around me. Karen, well, it took me some time to get used to that. Naruto, but you did it. People usually don't adapt as quickly as you. Karen, I think I should save those two now. Naruto, alright, I think they've learned their lesson. After his words, Karen broke the barrier and took both shinobi to the palace's infirmary. Naruto, did you have fun? Kurama, a lot. It's been a while since I've had this much exercise. Naruto, you spend most of your time sleeping. Kurama, lies, I have to follow you everywhere, you're too busy, brat. Naruto, I couldn't do half of what I do without your help, Kurama. That's why I'll always be grateful to you. Kurama, it doesn't matter. Sharing eyes with you doesn't bother me or consume my chakra. It's you who suffers the most. Naruto, I know, using your eyes drains a lot of my chakra, but for some things, it's necessary, like negotiations or, for example, knowing where the wall is. Without you, I wouldn't have created a mental map so quickly. Kurama, you're right, I am awesome. Naruto, haha, never change, my friend. Kurama, why should I change? Naruto, forget it. After a couple of days of preparation, Uzu was ready to receive the wounded and civilians from Kiri's civil war. They arrived early in the morning by boat at the port. Uzu's medics and ninjas quickly rushed to assist the most severely wounded. Many people emerged on stretchers wrapped in bloody bandages, or were carried by ninjas due to illness or loss of limbs. The prince's personal guard and Karen accompanied Naruto, who observed everything through the eyes of his foxy friend. Karen, such an unpleasant sight. Naruto, Uzu was once like this, and I won't allow it to happen again. Karen, don't worry, Naruto-sama. Uzu has learned its lesson. We won't trust anyone or anything anymore. Naruto, your mother must have told you about everything that happened in this country many times. You could have been part of the attack yourself. Tell me, Karen, does it bother you that we're helping Kiri even though they attacked us in the past? Karen, not particularly. A country can't hold grudges against everyone, right? If we still held a grudge, we would be against the entire elemental continent, except for Suna and some smaller villages and countries. Naruto, what about Konoha? Karen, they're just a bunch of traitors. Even with our request for help, Konoha rejected us, even though the attack was their fault. If Uzu hadn't been allied with Konoha from the beginning, the other villages wouldn't have attacked us preemptively. Naruto, you're right. It seems the hatred towards Konoha will never go away. Karen, no one in Uzu would be foolish enough to welcome a member of Konoha with open arms. Shortly after saying those words, an Anbu approached one of the guards and whispered something in his ear before leaving. The guard nodded and knelt before his lord, waiting for permission to speak. Naruto, is something happening? Royal Guard, my lord, a squad of Konoha ninjas is at the village gates, requesting a conference with you. Naruto, Konoha? What do those tree climbers want now? Royal Guard, they haven't announced the reason for their visit. Naruto, I see. Summon Mei-san and Zabuza-san. Tell them to go to the village entrance immediately. Karen, let's go. We have to receive this unwelcome visit. Karen, with our arms crossed? Naruto, with our arms crossed. In a few minutes, the whole group gathered at the village entrance, where Konoha ninjas awaited. Naruto, what an unpleasant surprise, Konoha nin. What brings you here? Kushina, Naruto, we've come to help. The guards reached for their weapons, ready to kill whoever disrespected their lord, but Naruto raised his hand to stop them. Naruto, we appreciate the gesture, but we don't need it. Uzu's medics have everything under control. Kushina, but surely, any help is good. Let us assist. Naruto, no ninja from Konoha will set foot in this village as long as I'm alive. Kakashi, we don't want trouble, we've just come to help. Naruto, and we already have enough problems to fight over with you now. I don't want more casualties in my lands, even if it's you. However, Mei-san is Kiri's representative. If she wants Konoha's belated help over ours, you can take all the wounded and civilians back to your village. All eyes turned to the revolutionary, who swallowed hard before nodding. Mei, we don't need Konoha's help. Please, leave without causing more commotion, we're very busy. Naruto nodded in satisfaction before turning his gaze back to the Konoha ninjas. Naruto, you've heard it. Leave, and next time, send a messenger bird before taking any action. I hope for your sake that you leave as quickly as possible. Konoha left with a sour taste and a poor report for their leader. Naruto, I have matters to attend to, Mei-san, Zabuza-san. With your permission, I'll take my leave. Mei, of course. Have a good day, and thank you again for your help. The Uzu group left for the palace again, leaving the two Kiri ninjas alone. Mei, do you think I made the right decision? Zabuza, that boy may be crazy, but he's a good person. I don't think you made a mistake, Mei. Mei, I hope so. Chapter 7. Narrator. The civil war in Kiri had ended, thanks to an unknown barrier that absorbed the enemy's chakra. The revolutionaries had managed to level the playing field with the Mizukage and his ninjas, and after a fierce battle, the rebels emerged victorious. The corrupt Mizukage had been arrested, and the rebellion council had decided on his execution without a second thought. The only thing keeping him alive now was awaiting the decision of his benefactor. As part of the deal, it was specified that he would also determine the fate of the former Mizukage, who was imprisoned in the Kiri jail under many chakra suppression seals. His cell was in total darkness, and anyone would fall into despair in such conditions. However, a figure slowly approached that cell, and what was strange was that this figure carried no light. They walked with determination down the long hallway, not stumbling or getting lost in the immense darkness. The figure sat in silence in front of Yagura's cell, who slowly raised his head and tried to adapt his vision to the darkness to see who had come to visit. Naruto, nice to meet you, Yagura-san. I am Uzumaki Naruto, the current prince of Uzu and the one who holds your life in these moments. Yagura looked at the blurry figure, trying to determine if it was a joke or not. Naruto, the council has decided to execute you for your crimes against the people of Kiri. Yagura did not respond to this statement, he only curled up on himself. Naruto, the only thing stopping them is my decision. But before that, tell me, Yagura, what does it feel like to be surrounded by pure darkness? Yagura raised his gaze again, puzzled by this question. Yagura, at first, it's suffocating. It feels like you're going to disappear into all that darkness without leaving a trace. But then you get used to it, and it even makes you feel more Naruto, safe, right? The feeling that you'll always be safe is comforting. Tell me, Yagura, how would you describe the color blue now that you can't see it? Yagura remained silent, thinking about the question until he found an answer that seemed right. Yagura, it's a cold color. It calms you when you see it and makes you think in a more relaxed way. Naruto, exactly. I thought the same when I saw blue for the first time a few years ago. It's interesting how colors can convey emotions. Yagura, I guess you're right. Naruto, if you were to come out of all this darkness, what would be the first thing you'd see? Yagura, the sky and the sun, and if it were nighttime, the moon and the stars. Naruto, that's exactly what I did the first time I could see. Yagura noticed his smile and for some reason, he also smiled, even though he didn't exactly understand what that boy wanted to tell him. Naruto, I suppose it feels good when someone understands you. I don't know if you know, Yagura-san, but I'm also a Jinchuriki. I know what it feels like when the whole world hates you just for existing. The Mizukage opened his eyes in surprise. He knew how to identify other Jinchurikis, but he wasn't emitting any demonic chakra or anything like that. Naruto, I'm the Jinchuriki of the Kyuubi, and you and I are alike. I've also managed to make people appreciate me for who I am and not see me as a demon. I'm lucky to belong to the Uzumaki clan, but I can't imagine how difficult it must have been for you to get where you are. So, Yagura-san, explain to me, why did you start this massacre? Yagura, I didn't want to. I just remember red eyes, and before I knew it, I was in a war fighting against my own people. How am I supposed to know? Naruto, a genjutsu. The Uchiha are good at manipulating everyone. Yagura-san, I want you to help me eradicate evil from this world. Someone is planning to destroy this world, but they need the Bijus, our life companions, to do it. Yagura Kuratachi, help me protect the Bijus, redeem your sins, and save our companions who also suffer in silence in their villages. Join my village, let's share our pain and our dreams, let's show the world that we are not just weapons and that we have a voice and a vote. Help me change this world. Yagura felt how the faceless figure extended its hand toward him, and he slowly reached out his own hand until the chains prevented him from stretching it further. Yagura, I accept. Please help me redeem my sins, help me find the man who made me do all those horrible things, please. He ended up pleading while trying to stretch his hand as far as possible until he felt a warm hand receiving his own. Naruto, so now we're brothers, and I promise you I'll get you out of here alive, and we'll make that Uchiha man who controlled you pay for what he did. Now wait here, Yagura, and I promise I'll come back with your freedom. Yagura felt the presence fade into the darkness. He had been alone in the cell until this moment, and when he was alone again, his heart sank. The feeling of loneliness had only increased, but the difference now was that he had hoped that the formless figure would help him, and he would wait as long as necessary. Karen had patiently waited for her lord to come out of that place. She had pleaded with him to let her go with him, but he had flatly refused. She had told him it was dangerous, among many other reasons, but he had told her that being in the darkness had never hurt him. After his words, she reluctantly accepted that the prince of her beloved country would go alone into the depths of a maximum security prison to talk to a genocidal maniac. After half an hour, her beloved prince appeared in the room where she was waiting with a couple of Anbu who didn't engage in much conversation. When she saw him, the redhead almost jumped out of her seat, hurriedly standing behind him as he walked forward with a furrowed brow. After a few minutes of silence, she dared to ask what had happened in that cell. Naruto, that's a good question, Karen. You see, Yagura and I have been talking about very important things. He wants to see the same future as I do, and he'll be there with me to witness it. Karen, does he want to be friends with a genocidal man like him? Those words seemed to greatly anger Naruto to the point where Karen had to take a few steps back due to the murderous instinct he emitted. Naruto, Karen Uzumaki, never insult that man in my presence again. He warned her with true anger that froze the girl in her place, and she could only react when the boy started walking again towards the new Kiri Council. Karen tried to apologize, but she decided it was best to remain silent until his anger subsided. It was very rare to see Naruto so angry, and if he was, he never expressed it, let alone in that manner. Though it meant he trusted her, she didn't want to test his patience for at least the next few hours. They arrived quickly at the council chamber, where they were discussing the overall state of Kiri after the great battle. Even with all the commotion, the room fell silent when the door was suddenly thrown open by their benefactor. Council Member 1, Naruto-sama. Have you made your decision already? Naruto took a deep breath and looked seriously in the direction of that voice. Naruto, yes, Counselor-san, Yagura won't be executed as long as I'm alive. He'll live in Uzu under my custody until his days are over or until you decide he has paid for his sins. What? Even with the surprise of his decision, she didn't dare to shout. It was quite obvious that the boy was already quite upset, and Karen signaled her to keep her tone down. Naruto, that's my decision. Council Member 2, do you expect us to release the greatest criminal in Kiri to date? Naruto, I don't care what you want. He will go with me, whether you like it or not. One of the council members who didn't usually speak much smiled with a certain malice. Taiki, we understand your decision, Naruto-sama, but you must give us something in return. Naruto furrowed his brow imperceptibly as a warm smile formed on his lips. Naruto, and what would that be? Taiki, you must give us the chakra absorption seal, and in return, we won't provide you with any of our jutsu. Taiki-san, that's not right. We wouldn't have one without it. Taiki, but he wants to take our Jinchuriki with him, even if he's a criminal, he's still a powerful weapon. I see it as fair. Naruto's smile widened, causing Karen, Mei, and Zabuza, who was silent in the back of the room, to tense up. Naruto, tell me something, Taiki-san. Do you only see Jinchurikis as tools to be used at your convenience? Taiki, that's right. Since the time of the first Mizukage, that's what they've been. The first Hokage distributed them so that the power level among the villages would be equal. They are human sacrifices. Mei, take that back, Taiki-san. Jinchurikis are living beings with feelings. Taiki, they are demons. After those words, the room fell into a strange but eerie silence. Only Taiki was smiling, while the rest of the council members lowered their gaze out of embarrassment or fear of provoking their benefactor's anger. Taiki, do you accept, Naruto-sama? Naruto, the life of a man condemned to death for a national treasure and one of the main points of our deal? It would be foolish to accept that deal. Taiki, you said you didn't care about our opinion, that you would take him no matter what. Are you one of those men who don't keep their word? Naruto, you are a very greedy man, Taiki-san. Tell me, why did you join the rebellion? Taiki, what does that have to do with anything? Naruto, depending on your answer, I will either accept or reject your offer. Taiki, I couldn't stand the abuse of power by that monster. Naruto, you are lying. First of all, I have to say that you lie wonderfully. For a moment, I even believed your words. Karen, please give me that folder. Karen nodded and pulled out a folder with many papers inside. She found the paper and began reading it aloud. Karen, Taiki Fukui, a member of the Kiri resistance, owner of one of the largest companies in Kiri, was closed by order of Mizukage Yagura. All his belongings were stolen, and then. Naruto, that's enough, thank you, Karen. You see, Taiki-san, I believe that you only joined this for your dirty company. From here, you are the one with the least right to ask me for anything, not even the right to look at me. A dirty scavenger like you has no right even to breathe in my presence. Taiki stood up from his seat in anger, the mocking smile on his face had disappeared. Taiki, how dare you speak to me like that? Who do you think you are? You're just a worthless cripple with delusions of grandeur who can't do anything on your own. In your eyes, I'm nothing? Don't make me laugh. How can a mere blind person believe so much in himself?